Welcome back everyone to the channel, and today I want to talk about some speculation and a theory going around that Nigel Farage, the leader of Reform UK and the head anchor on GB News, may possibly be leaving for Talk TV, the alternative like GB News for centre-right watchers and listeners. Now this speculation has started after an interview with Dan Wooton, a former GB News presenter, and Alex Phillips, who's on Talk TV and a former MEP for the Brexit Party and the United Kingdom Independence Party. And he was discussing the recent row that Farage has had with GB News, claiming that GB News have heard the fallout between him and Rupert Law more than any other news channel. And I think first and foremost, it was put out there during that interview that this is probably because the majority of GB News listeners are likely to support reform and will watch and listen to anything about reform, whether it's good or bad. But Nigel Farage was certainly upset, to say the least. Now, there's a lot of speculation on is this why Farage didn't turn up to do his TV show yesterday, or was that simply just because it's Purdah? But Farage has gone on the record now to say that he is unhappy with GB News, and GB News have come back to say, the usual spiel that they must be neutral to all parties. But what has made the speculation is Alex Phillips, who's a very good friend, very close to Nigel Farage. She's always defending Farage and the movement of the reform. She actually thinks very much like me that not everything's perfect, but Reform UK is by far the best chance we have of getting rid of Labour and the Conservative Party. She was asked by Dan Wooton, what does she know? And he made the point of saying how GB News was no longer the independent channel it used to be, how Talk TV was different. Obviously, I'm paraphrasing, how Nigel Farage could do so well independent and probably make as much money. And she turned around, laughed and said, I do know stuff, but I can't tell you on here. Now, anybody watches Alex Phillips knows that's not something she would do. She comes across as a very honest person and has never given us any other reason to think that she is an honest news anchor. So we're giving away that she does know something in response to Talk TV being different and RGB News needs to up its game. And also Dan Wooton making the point about how good Nigel Farage would be on an independent channel. That makes you believe that Nigel Farage may be heading out the door of GB News. And what I want to ask you today is, one, do you think that's good for Nigel Farage, or do you think it's devastating for GB News? Or do you think that Nigel Farage should stay with GB News and that will be beneficial for him and Reform UK? Now, for what it's worth, this is my opinion. I actually think on this occasion is one of the occasions where I actually disagree with Nigel Farage. Of course, GB News was going to air this story. And I've said many times this channel, there are some people on GB News who I don't know why they haven't. They seem to be better fitted on the BBC or Sky News. And it is true that since complaints to Ofcom and Ofcom taking actions and fines against GB News, they are trying to come more like the BBC. But from Nigel Farage's point of view, he is, like I said, the top paid, most famous person on GB News. And that is a lot of airtime. So if Farage, as Alex Phillips suggested without suggesting, is thinking of greener pastures, it must be something really big. Now, there is only one other TV show, news channel, radio channel, which is like GB News, which is more for people of the centre right. You have Fox News over in America. Let's be honest, before Talk TV and GB News, we had absolutely nothing by the mainstream media over here in the UK. And that other channel is Talk TV. Now, must admit, I'm starting to like Talk TV more than GB News. I think some of the characters on there, they literally say it how they see it. your Jeremy, I nearly said Jeremy Clarkson, then Jeremy Kyle, James Whale, Mike Graham. That's just three I can think off the top of my head. You don't seem to get those type of characters anymore on GB News. And I think that Nigel Farage would fit in far better in that environment. But let me know what you think. Do you think that Nigel Farage may well be going to Talk TV? If not, and it's looking like he may go to an independent news channel, what do you think? I think that would be very, very risky indeed. Only Nigel Farage will know the numbers that he gets for GB News, and how would he get on a YouTube channel. You look at someone like Dan Wooton, who you look at the quality of his videos, it's just as good as a news channel. Does Nigel Farage really have the time when trying to become the next Prime Minister to set that type of independent news channel up? I don't think he does, and he also wouldn't have the same protection coming up to elections with Ofcom and the Electoral Commission as he does with one of them big two. So don't be surprised if you see Nigel Farage on Talk TV. Thank you all for watching, and I want to apologise today for my voice. I'm just getting over a chest infection. That's why the videos have been a bit slower this week and why I've got a croaky voice. But thank you all for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. Comment in the comment section, and I'll see you on the next video.